I'm Uncle Mark. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm working on my new acquisition, the it's 2007 Chrysler Sebring. Needs a battery. That's one of the issues it's got with it. How do you change it? Where in the heck is the battery? I'm going to show you how to do all that. It's step by step. You can skip chapters too if you come to a part that's, maybe I'm unhooking something and I'm having a little bit of trouble. It's like, oh, I can skip that part. No problem. Why not do that? Hopefully it helps you out. I'll have throughout the video too the tools I'm using, the sizes. Let's take a look. So let's get right to it. And of course, you're probably familiar with these booster points up here. But where is the battery? In a goofy place. Should we go in the car? No, it's right here. Yeah, believe that. First thing you want to do is jump in your car, put the handbrake on. Safety first. It's going to take a jack on this side. Make sure the car is level. If you have one of these kind of jacks, like a floor jack, there's a couple different places here you can jack at. I'm going to jack right there. That part there, it's not going to bend or nothing. Problem is, a lot of these jacks, the car is low. Like, not going to be easy. I will be able to do it, but it's going to take a little bit extra time. I should get one of those jacks that is easier to do. Maybe a set of ramps would have worked, but the front of the car is low too, so then you get the bumper or the bottom of the bumper scuffing on the ramps. I don't have ramps anymore. I got rid of them just because of that problem. So a quick jack. Let me see how it's going on there. I'm going to do it on the back part of the mount, but should all be good. Of course, the tire comes off. You know how it works. I'm using 19mm socket. And these aren't coming off. So I've got a breaker bar. Always good to have something like that. It'll come off now. Oh, not too bad. It's always good to carry that with you if you ever get a flat. And then just kick the tire off once all the bolts are off. I guess they're nuts. Lug nuts. And it's in here. Now there's some of these. They're a clip. It's a two-part clip. There's a few of them here. There's another one. There's a couple little bolts here too. I'll show you how to get those off. And another clip up here somewhere. It's under the mud. There it is. So there's one there. There's another one there. So let's get them off. There's one in there. Some in the bottom too. There's another one's little nuts. So you need some kind of a tool such as this. I'll try and put a link in the description, all the tools that I use. If you can get it in between the two pieces, you'll see how this is a two-part clip. Try and pull it out here. Oh, get the other piece out. There you go. So that's the part that originally went in the hole, and this other piece, there's only one way it goes in, and it spreads those two fingers apart once it gets in the hole there so that it grabs on. You can see how it moves right now, but once you push that in, they stay spread apart. Yeah. So let's take the rest of them off. Remember, there's skippable chapters too in this video, because now that I've shown you where they are, you should be able to just grab and do them, right? But give me a couple seconds here. We'll get them off. You'll see what kind of issues I had. Of course, that one came off. You know what it's like? It always looks easier until you get to it. There's one up there. I want to forget that one. There's one down here. I think sometimes they come out nice. Ah! It broke. Broke the head off.
Just get into the battery.
Wife's wondering what I'm up to. She was kind of shocked at where it is too. There's the little dog that usually tells you to ring the bell. She's just watching, seeing how it's done. What were you saying about us coming here?
I can't believe that you rode in there the way it was.
Just bought this car. We did a video a little while ago. I'll put a link up in the description if you want to watch that later. It had all sorts of issues. Pretty dirty too. It took us like 3 hours to clean it. And it still probably needs one. So there's a bolt there and a bolt there. Just little guys. Oh no, she's busy vacuuming. My vacuum didn't stop for 3 hours. This is 7 millimeters. It's a little guy. I'm using the expandable vice grips, but I'll put it back together with the actual proper set of sockets. I'll put a little link in the description. I'll try on the sockets too, once you have them. I don't know what they charge you to take this out and put another one in. Well, at least half an hour, but who knows? Maybe they get an hour to do this. There it is. Ta-da. Now that's the positive, and that's the little bolt there we're going to have to take off, or nut. We're going to have to be really careful. There's a nut there and a nut there that hold this strap on. So I'm going to take the battery cable off first. This looks like a 10 millimeter. I want to be careful because this is the positive, and if I hit some metal with it, you could have some sparks going, so be careful. It's your positive or hot terminal. Although if the battery's completely dead, I guess not too much is going to happen, but let's loosen it, try and put it out of the way somewhere. Nothing wants, there's hardly, it looks like there's lots of room here, but when you get your hand in there, there's nothing for room. Take this guy off. Push that in a little bit. Now it's held by the bottom. I'll show you where that is. So this top one had a nut. The bottom one's actually a bolt. Same size. .15 millimeter or ½ inch I think will work. I'm using a 15 millimeter. For both these bolts. And I think the next one we're going to do is actually the hold down for the battery is also 15 millimeter. You see how that works. Now it's the same size for this battery hold down, tie down. It's a metal rod that goes up, it bends around, goes through a piece of plastic, and then hooks into the body. So that's that same size, 15 millimeter. It looks like there's lots of room here, but you're going to want to do it with a ratchet and still keep banging the fender and banging the battery. Because I'm trying not to hold it and because I want you to see what's going on. And it was getting kind of tight, so I figured I'm going to spray some penetrating oil in the bottom of the bolt there and just help it. As it's going up through that welded in nut. And I smacked my head right on those guys. Oh well, they just smack some sense into me. And we'll take it off here. We'll speed this up because it's a long bolt. Thought we were done. It's a little tight. Been sitting in there for a while. There it is. It's long enough. Except when I want to put this back in, you're going to find that bolt, if it was just a little longer. So it just goes up and over the battery. So just, if you grab that eyelet there and swing out towards you, that would be the best. I brought it up and that's not really the way it comes off. You should swing it, tilt it up, like make it turn, because it locks in that hole there on the other side of the battery. I don't know if you can see. It only fits in there one way. And of course, again, there's not much room in here. It's like, here, I'll show you. Put it on the ground. Once you understand how this works, it should make it easier. So I should have swung it up like that. See the end of it? It's a hook. So up like that, it's hooked in and won't let go. If you twist the handle just like that, see how it changes? The wife's asking, does the car have air? Because we just got it. And I figured let's fix the first problem, the battery. If you saw the last video of when we bought this car, all sorts of electrical issues. And I was thinking, well, the easiest way to figure that out is let's put a brand new battery in, because this battery is probably as old as the car is, and it's not working. They don't make this easy either. I got to get the negative off. But anyway, once you have a good battery, if you're having trouble, it may solve a lot of problems for you. And again, not as much room in here as you think. It looks like, oh, you got all this room. Maybe I should have taken that bracket off that holds the bumper in there. Anyway, that's what it looked like. It looked original. So I took it to the battery place where I got another battery. And got my new one. That was pretty quick, huh? Figured I might as well do it all at once, because they're going to want to charge you a core. Meaning they're going to want your battery back, and they're going to charge you extra for that till they get the battery back. So this way it was like, just give me the new battery. Here's the old battery. I knew it was a goner. It was really old. It was probably original. Now putting it back in, another kind of a nightmare. Trying to get the negative posts on there, and then kind of pre-fitting it to see which way it's going to sit on the post. And you'll notice I still have the cap on, that red cap on the positive side, because I don't want to short anything out against it. I'm going to try and... It would almost help if you had an extra person or something you could sit the battery on. Then I noticed, maybe I should clean this, because who's going to be back in here again? It's not like you can just look at them and see that they're corroding. So I cleaned that negative post up, or the clamp. Then I put it on. Monkeyed with it in there. Tighten it up. And talking about no room, you can hear me hitting metal. You don't want to be touching that with the positive side. That's why I'm leaving that on. And look at that, just about falls out. The battery's kind of heavy. There's not much room. If I had clamped it down, I don't think I could reach it. Your results may vary. Anyway, finally put it in there. Figured, should I put this on? Nah, maybe I'll wait. I'll tie down the battery first. So remember how this works? Have that side up. It should be able to hook, swing and hook in there. But for some reason I had nothing but a fight. Reminds me of some brakes I did on a Cobalt that had some kind of a spring like this. Of course, it'll probably just slip in easy for you. And I hope it does if you're playing around with one of these. So after fighting with it for, I don't know, felt like forever. It was probably a good 10 minutes. I thought, I'm going to bend it. It's a slight bend. What I was finding is I couldn't get the bolt back into that hole. I could get it in the hole, but I couldn't get it to tighten up to the nut. So I'm just going to try and bend it in a little bit. And I'm figuring, well, once I tighten it up, it should tie down. I don't know if this can help you or not, but you see what I did? I just put a band kind of on an angle like that, a little more than it had. Hopefully not too much. Time to try and fit it again.
These things are recording. Oh, goodness.
Some of the camera had been running that whole time there, so I had to edit that stuff out. It's a 15 millimeter or half inch. I was using half inch on it later on. I had more camera trouble. I didn't get that in there. But anyway, it's a 15 millimeter or half inch. 15 millimeter fits better. Tighten that down. That was 10 millimeter on the positive cable there. Careful not to short it out. And then we'll just put this on. So better just see how I just kind of put it from the top. behind there and then swing it in. That seemed to be the easiest. Stick that nut back on. That's at 15 millimeter. We're just about done too. Nice not having that vacuum running now. And then this bolt also 15 millimeter or half-inch. And you'll see when I use my ratcheting wrench that was half-inch, it went on there, but it's like you'll see I had a little bit of trouble getting it off. Just saved a little bit of time. Look at this. Come on. That's kind of the issues you're going to have if you use a half-inch wrench, but whatever you have, whatever you can use. Could have used a ratchet, I guess, and a socket. Tighten that up. Just remember to tighten the tie down. Everything should be good. Now this plastic inner fender well, whatever it is, shield, goes back in. So kind of flip it around, see which way it goes. Once you look at it for a second, it's like, oh, it can only go in one way. So here's some clues. So those two are the bottom, right? The way this is cut out, you'll see it fits on the top there. And these little plastic square pieces right here, that one, and that one are for those two little bolts, the little baby bolts that were right on this side of the fender. And they have to go inside that bumper fender part. You just have to do some wiggling, some jiggling. Get it to sit in there. So I figured what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and just get those in first just to hold it. They're 7 millimeter. Remember I was using a vice grip before? This I'm going to use the proper socket. 7 millimeter. So I'm just going to not even snug them up. Just tab them in there so that I can move it around a little bit, wiggle it. As I was doing this, I noticed that top, oh man, it's also got to fit behind here. I think I didn't snap anything back first. I'm going to put that in and hold it with my finger just a little bit, just not even snug, just so it's not going to fall out. You'll see why in a minute. You want it to move around a little bit. I'll get some of those plastic clips. There's one that goes, that's what they look like, so you just kind of half put them together like that. So then the fingers can spread. I snuck that in there and just give it a little snap. Should pop in. Let's do some more of them. There's one down below out of the view of the screen. Actually, I think there's two down there. Sorry that I didn't show you that, but you'll know that there's some missing. There's one up there. Now, this is a tougher one. Look at this. Every time you try to touch it, there's no way to hold it from this side. Thought, oh, maybe you can get in there. So I'll show you a little trick. You'll be happy you watched to this part. If you just go on the other side, there's a hole in the fender here. Right there. Stick your hand in there and you'll see the plastic part of the top of that fender sleeve or inner fender well. See that? Just hold the plastic down and then push the clip in. And then there you go. Easy enough. So there's one beside it. Don't want to forget that one. That one should pop in okay. It did for me anyway. And what do we got? Just got a couple more. One there. Don't forget that. I don't know what it would have cost at a dealership. You got to figure whatever, $150 an hour in Canada here anyway. Snug those up. So I don't know if they charge you an hour or 45 minutes. Even if it was half an hour, I think half an hour wouldn't be enough time for them to. That would still be $75, right? Plus taxes would be $100 probably. That's in 2021. Now, off camera, tire back on, torque the nuts, pull up the jack stands. Then I took the jacks out from under the cart as well. Let's check everything over, make sure we didn't miss anything or I missed anything. And then your e-brake's on or parking brake, so you just got to pull that off. And then just retorque your lug nuts very soon. Well, that's going to do it for the video. How long will it take you to actually do this? Possibly half an hour, maybe a little longer. Even if it took you an hour, let's say. You're going to be paying a shop the whole time to do this, and they aren't cheap, are they? So you save yourself a couple bucks. I saved myself some money here. Glad I did it. Took a little bit of time. Hopefully you have a safe place to do it in. If you like the video, give me the thumbs up. You can subscribe down in the corner, of course. Also, why not check out, if you like my kind of videos, this guy's got very similar ones. This is his logo. You can check out his channel right up here. Project Time Garage. He's down in the States, is Brian. He's got some neat stuff he's always working on too. I think you'll find it very interesting. Friend of mine. Till next time, you and your family, stay safe. Bye-bye from Uncle Mark.
Remember to be safe. Your safety is your responsibility and should be priority number one. Also, give me the thumbs up if you like the video. Plus, please subscribe and you'll get all the notifications. It's easy. The little dog will show you how. Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
So if you're following, step by step, and it's like, oh, I know who to do this step, just